was a video I had done many years ago on this, just a part 1, but I didn't want to do a part 2 just because I feel like it was outdated and maybe my thoughts have changed. So we're back today ranking them. We're going to go quite quick because there are a lot of rappers. So let's get into it. Start with Bad Baby. I think it's got to be trash. She did have that one song, but trash. Just not good music. A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky. I'm gonna put him in, this is essentially A tier. Very talented, nearly flawless, but not top tier. I think he has the potential to make a crazy good album. I just don't think he had, I think he's made great albums, but I don't think he has a true, I think he could make better music than he has. Action Bronson, I don't listen enough to. Absol, I don't listen enough to. Big Crit, underrated. He's going in the same category as Rocky. He made Forever was a mighty long time ago, or whatever that record is. So good, extremely underrated, extremely talented rapper. Next, we have Big Sean. I think he's gonna go in the occasionally good, but not consistently, mostly inconsistent in quality. Yeah, he can be a bit cringe and stuff, but definitely has the abilities there. Blockboy JB, I'm gonna put him in almost always lacks in quality or skill. I think I'm just gonna start calling this S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, F tier. That's how I'm gonna call it from now on, so I don't have to read this out every time. Blueface is gonna go in the same category of D tier. He's made a couple of decent songs, but yeah. Brockhampton. I'm gonna put them in B tier. Very good, very talented, somewhat inconsistent, but very talented. Cardi B will go with Big Sean in C tier. Yeah, I mean, she's made a couple of hits here and there, but lots of very uninspiring music for me. And I'm gonna put Chance the Rapper in that same. Actually, thing is old Chance is really, yeah, I'm gonna put Chance in there too. If Chance can come back with a good album, he could definitely go up one tier, but that last record was awful, so yeah. Chief Keef is gonna go in A tier. Yeah, I mean, he was on the scene when he was 15, maybe even younger, making trap classics, so A tier for me. Josh Gambino, also A tier for me. Extremely talented singer, rapper, songwriter, musician, just an artist, and some amazing songs as well, and albums. Comethazine. For Comethazine, it's between C tier and D tier. I'll put him C tier. He had some hits. Obviously nothing crazy, but yeah. Cupcake I don't listen to enough of, but I know her vibe. DaBaby is gonna go in C tier. Yeah, just what a fall off. He was huge. He had that song with Dua Lipa, or the feature on the Dua Lipa song. And I felt in 2020 and 2021 he was massive, but now just irrelevant. A Boogie. I'm gonna put him C tier as well. He's the higher half of C tier though. But he's not as good as Brockhampton for me. Talented, but he just, I don't know. It just, his releases aren't significant enough. A lot of the time it just feels like filler. So A$AP Ferg is also gonna go in that category. I feel like I'm gonna end up adding so many to C tier, but whatever. I guess that's the mid range. That's the average. So yeah, he's a little inconsistent for me. 6ix9ine is gonna go in D tier. obviously a F tier person, but he had a couple of hits here and there. Danny Brown, for me, is gonna go B tier. I know a lot of people would put him A tier. It's just not really my style. 2 Chainz, C tier, again, inconsistent. Denzel Curry, that is an A tier right there. Super talented, still a little bit underrated. I mean, he's been underrated for years, but Taboo by him, like that album Taboo is one of my favorite albums. So A$AP Rock I don't listen to enough. Amine is gonna go B tier. Very talented, consistent. Limbo is a great album. He has potential to make some great stuff, so, and he already has, so yeah. Designer, we're gonna go D tier. Yeah, I mean, he had Panda and Timmy Turner and maybe a couple of others, but realistically, just not that much going on. 21 Savage is gonna go B tier. Again, really has the potential to make some really good stuff. He does release a little bit of mid every now and then, but a lot of good stuff. Next we have Drizzy Drake. I think it's either GOAT or A tier for me. I mean, just like in terms of the numbers, he's been successful for so long. I think I'll put him A tier just because I think there's some better rappers on this list. But it's a mix, right? Like, you could be the best rapper in the world, but if like your music isn't interesting, then it doesn't matter. And Drake, I mean, despite if you like him or not, there's a massive population that likes him, so yeah. Anderson .Paak, A tier as well, super talented musician. Yeah, that collab album with Bruno Mars, that was phenomenal as well. Earl Sweatshirt, I'm gonna go B tier. Insanely talented rapper. If his music was a little bit more accessible, I think he would get a lot more love. But yeah, I really like that style of rap as well. LP, I don't listen to enough of his stuff outside of Running the Jewels. Eminem, I mean, yeah, that's a GOAT. That's sort of a... Obviously, like, the back end of his career has not been great, but 2000s Eminem is, like, unmatched in terms of commercial success and, like, hit writing, so... But his new stuff sucks. Still think he's GOAT, though. Famous Dex... It's either C or D tier. We'll put him C tier, although I don't really know what he's doing anymore, so I'm going off that basis. Next we got French Montana. We're gonna go... Oh, it's either C or D. He has the ability to get good features on his songs. But him as an artist is like so mid. So I'm gonna go D tier. Future A tier feels right. Obviously been in the game for so long, pioneered the trap sound. Couple of collab albums here and there, lots of solo studio albums. A tier feels right. Next we got G-Eazy. Either C or D tier. Again, he has the ability to make a good song, so I'm gonna put him C tier. Yeah, that feels right. Herbo, G-Herbo, I'm gonna put him C tier as well. Inconsistent for me. Gucci Mane, same thing. Even though he is like... Actually, no. Gucci Mane will go a bit higher. Actually, probably like B tier. Pioneer in the sound, but like so much mid. Like an insane amount of albums released if you look at Gucci Mane. Gonna either B or C for me. Is he as good as like, I mean, yeah, I'll put him B. I'm gonna put him C tier personally, but I wouldn't be mad if anyone put him B tier. I think until he has like some sort of artistic progression, he's sound progression. Next we have Hobson, don't listen to him enough. Ice Cube, I mean, yeah, that's obvious GOAT. Pioneered rap in general, like with NWA and then with his solo work. I don't think I really need to say much more. Isaiah Rashad, for me that's B tier. Talented rapper, could make better music for me personally. And he has the ability to make very great music. Black or 6 Lack, I'm going to put him B tier as well. Same exact thing with Isaiah Rashad. He's made very good music, has potential to make even better music. J. Cole, A tier. One of the biggest of sort of late 2010s, mid to late 2010s. Super talented, catchy rap songs, but with some depth, so yeah. Jaden Smith, I'm gonna put him, I don't know, I haven't listened to enough of his music, so I'm gonna put him don't know. Next we got 50 Cent. It's either A or S. Is he on the same level as like Eminem and Ice Cube? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna put him in A for me. Obviously, Get Rich or Die Trying is literally a classic, but I think he didn't have the longevity and the impact that Ice Cube and Eminem had. Next we have J-Rock. Don't listen to him enough to rank him. Jay-Z, GOAT. That's fairly easy. Impact on the industry, been around for decades. Changed rap landscape, like many classics, Next we have J.I.D. Jid, A tier, extremely talented. Definitely one of the most talented rappers of this newer generation of rap. And after him with Joey Badass, for me, he was also an A tier. Super talented, insane lyricist, been around since he was like super young. Super talented. Next we have Joyner Lucas, I don't know, JPEG Mafia. There's a lot of people who put him A. I'm going to put him a B as a rapper. I think he's a very talented producer, but purely from rap, it's not as much my thing. Although I think like his projects are good, I just think it's maybe slightly overrated in my opinion. Juice WRLD, B. And it's kind of hard to say, obviously, because he passed away. And there was like some posthumous releases, which I hate. I mean, he had the potential to be like one of the best of this generation. And I think some people that are younger would argue he is, but not for me. Next we have Mr. West, Mr. Kanye West. That is probably the easiest GOAT of the list for me. Insane amount of classic albums, insane amount of commercial success, phenomenal songwriter, great rapper. Just, I mean, everyone knows a song by Kanye West. Like, it's, yeah. Next we got Kendrick, another GOAT. I know he only has like 4 studio albums, but in my opinion, he's the greatest rapper of all time. Insane lyricist. Made to Pimp a Butterfly, which in my opinion is one of the few 10 out of 10 albums. Shows his versatility to be able to make whatever he wants. Insane artist, so yeah. Next we got Kid Cudi. A little bit of an ASMR word there. I'll put him A tier. It's difficult because he had some very low lows, but I think he had some insane high highs. Impact on the culture, Man on the Moon 1 and 2 are insane. I mean, super ahead of its time. You know, inspired, in my seemingly inspired some early Kanye stuff as well. So, you know, when you're inspiring goats, you gotta be ranked pretty high. Killer Mike, I don't listen to enough of him outside of Run the Jewels. Kodak Black, I'm gonna go C tier, super inconsistent. Kyle, don't listen to enough of his music. Lil B, don't listen to enough of his music. Lil Baby. The thing with Lil Baby is, like, I think Gunna has had a better career recently than him. More commercial success. I think Lil Baby has that possibility. I just don't think he has yet. I'm gonna put him C tier, but then I'm gonna move Gunna up to B tier then. Lil Dicky, don't listen to enough of him. Lil Peep, don't listen to enough of him. I just don't want to rank anyone I haven't listened to enough of, you know. To me it makes sense, but if anyone's raging, that's why. Next we have Lil Pump. Probably D tier. I mean, Gucci Gang was, trust me, Gucci Gang was a moment in time. If you were around in 2017 listening to rap, especially the SoundCloud rap scene, I mean, this was huge. But yeah, pretty much everything he dropped since was trash, so. Lil Skies, I don't listen to enough of. Lil Uzi, I'm gonna put in B. He has a risk of going down to C, though. Obviously, Pioneer, you know, 2016, 2017, I think a lot of Lil Uzi, EXO Tour Life, Love is Rage 2, all of that. Even like Money Longer and all that, but just a lot of mid recently, for me at least. Eternal Atake was definitely not my favorite of albums, so yeah. Next we have Lil Wayne, Wheezy, F Baby. That's a goat. That is a goat. Still, I think he's a little underrated generally. Way ahead of the curve in terms of rap styles and production. If you listen to like what he was making in like 2008, 9, 10, it's so ahead of its time. I mean, insane. Obviously there's some misses in there, but been around for so long. Huge influence on rap today. Really like the king of one-liners, you know. Lil Xan, I don't listen to enough of. Lil Yachty, ooh, this is interesting. I'm gonna put him B tier. Obviously he switched up his style into a more like psychedelic style of rap, which is interesting. Again, that's something I hope to see from a lot of rappers from that era. Some artistic progression, changing styles, experimenting, and the fact that he's very, you know, open-minded to that is awesome. Next, Logic. Oh, this one is tricky, because, like, obviously, yeah, he's a very good technical rapper, but a lot of the music he makes is just so bland. It's either like C or B. I think just because of his early stuff, that's actually good. I'm gonna put him B, but he has a lot of misses. Mac Miller, I'm gonna put him in A. Again, it started off in like the frat rap scene, then moved into like some amazing R&B, jazz-infused rap. Extremely talented artist. Obviously a shame that he passed away a few years ago. You know, he was moving in that direction of really becoming a goat of that sound. So, yeah. Machine Gun Kelly, I don't listen to enough of. Macklemore, don't listen to enough of. Main Tokyo, I don't listen to enough of. Meek Mill. I think I'd put him B tier. I think some people would put him C tier, but I actually think he's quite good. I just would like to see him do better in like a studio album setting. I think he has the ability to make one or two like really good hit singles, but full projects lack a little bit, so Next we have the Migos. The Migos, I think, it's either A or B. I'm gonna put them B. Culture One, that came out in 2016-17. Phenomenal album, like a trap classic, one of the best trap albums of all time. But obviously since then, Culture 2 was a little bit worse, and Culture 3 was a little bit worse. So, and then obviously with Takeoff having passed, just not as good. So I think that taints the legacy a little bit, but still B. Nas, GOAT, obviously. Still around making good music, which is rare, especially for someone who's been around for that long. Illmatic is, a lot of people's best rap album of all time, which is a completely fair opinion, so, yeah, S tier. Next we have Nicki Minaj. I'll put her in, she's been around for a while. I think I'll put her in B. She's been around for a while, big in the culture, a lot of success, a lot of, a decent amount of not so good stuff, but, she's had a lot of good performances and things like that, so I'll give her B. Nipsey Hussle, I don't listen to enough of. No Name, I don't listen to enough of. Offset, I think I'll put in B as well. Again, he has the talent. He's very good on a feature, but I'd like to hear some more solo stuff from him. That's good. Playboy Cardi, I'm gonna put him with Uzi, just because I feel like, that feels right. If he can come back with an insanely good album, though, that would be good. But for me, his second record is Die Lit is really good. The debut record, the mixtape I don't know, is good. And then Whole Lotta Red for me is alright. I think it's overrated by his fan base, but whatever. Post Malone, this is a tricky one. I'm gonna put him B. If he hadn't made his last two records, I would put him A, but it's just been going downhill ever since Beer Bongs, which has been a while. So, but Stoney and Beer Bongs and Bentleys, if he just made those two, that's A tier. Princess Nokia, I don't listen to enough of. Pusha T, A tier. Super talented rapper. If he made more commercially sounding music, I'm sure he'd be more commercially successful. Sort of similar to a Big Crit or, something like that, but insanely talented rapper, and he's been around for time, even with clips and all that, so. Quavo, I'll put him C tier. He's definitely not as good as Offset. Even their solo works, Offsets have been much better, so yeah. Ray Shremmerd, C tier. They've had some hits, but so inconsistent, insanely inconsistent. Rhapsody, I don't listen to enough of. Rich the Kid, I don't listen to enough of. Rihanna, is she even a rapper? I'll put Rihanna A tier, just as her, as an artist. Honestly, she might even be S low-key, but not yet. We'll put her and Rocky next to each other. Cute. She probably has more hits than anyone else on this list, so. Royce da 5'9", I don't listen to enough of. Run the Jewels, A tier. Close between A and B for me, but A tier. Insanely talented, been around for time, super consistent. They don't put out mid, so yeah. Schoolboy Q, between A and B as well. I'm gonna put him B tier. The last record, I'm gonna put him A tier. is insane. It's one of my favorite records of the year. It's a good comeback for him. And yeah, I'll put him A tier for now. It's between A and B though, but I'm kind of hyped up off the last record. Sheck West, I don't listen to enough of his Ski Mask. B tier. Slightly inconsistent. He should be more consistent with his ability to write engaging music, but a little bit too much sometimes as well. At one point he was releasing too much. I think sometimes you just want artists to like. For me personally, like, I'd rather get a few good songs in a year than like loads of stuff. So Slim Jimmy, I don't listen to enough to by himself outside of Ray Shermerd. Smoke Burp, I mean, it's just with Lil Bump. Snoop Dogg, GOAT, obviously. Don't even really need to think about that one. Sway Lee, I don't listen to enough of without Ray Shermerd either. T-Pain, either A or B tier, but does he even make music anymore? I don't know. I'll put him A tier. I mean, impact on the culture, unique sound. Yeah. Takeoff, I would put at the same level as Offset. Obviously, R.I.P. I think he's a better rapper than Offset, but I think Offset's a better like song maker and like, you know, like can make a better song than Takeoff. So Take It, I don't listen to enough of him. T Grizzly, I would put in C. Honestly, close to B, but I'll put him in C. Just inconsistent. Tory Lanez, I don't listen to enough of Tory Lanez. Well, to be honest, everything I've heard is like just meh. So I know he like did the whole 80s revival album like a year after The Weeknd did. I don't know. Not really my thing. Travis Scott, I'm gonna put him A tier. Extremely talented artist. Doesn't put out anything mid, really. Like, he'll go silent for like years to put out an album that he really believes in, that's really well written and produced. I respect that. There needs to be more of that in rap. So yeah. Drippy Red, probably C. Super inconsistent. Probably one of the most inconsistent artists on the list. Obviously he's had hits like Topanga and what is that song called again? You used to say you in love. I used to say this shit back. Love something, love. I forget the name of it. But he's also released so many just not good albums. Ones that I've never gone back to, so. Ty Dolla $ign, either B or C. He's better as a feature, I think. I'll put him in B because his performances are always quite good. Tyga C, just super inconsistent, but again has the ability to make good music, or at least just, you know, like Rack City, Taste, that kind of music. He's close to D though. Like he's made so many bad songs. Tyler the Creator, A tier. Again, same thing as Travis, just focusing on putting out really good music. Does not drop a lot, doesn't need to drop a lot. We know that they can make good music and they take their time to do it. Love that. Vic Mensa, I don't listen to enough of. Vince Staples is B tier for me. Again, super talented. Big Fish Theory is like a very, very, very good album. He's also just has a really unique style and flow, in my opinion. Could definitely make a project that would put him up to A. Sorry about that, everyone. My camera actually died here, so I'm just gonna do the rest of the list with no face cam. We got Wiz Khalifa. I'm gonna put him in B tier. Massive influence, but obviously very inconsistent. We'll put X. I'm gonna put him next to Juice. I think for me, I preferred his music slightly, but then also he had much worse posthumous releases. We'll do Cordae in B as well. Super talented, and could make music, so I hope he does. And Amir will go in C. Super inconsistent. Sort of fell off with that sound in, like 2018, 2019. YG, I don't listen to enough. YW Melly, I don't listen to enough. Young Thug, for me, is probably A tier. So I'll put him A tier. Next we have Young Boy. Don't listen to him enough, to be honest. Freddie Gibbs, A tier. Super talented rapper, makes good music. Injury Reserve, B tier. It's same with Earl Sweatshirt. Like, they could make more, if they made more accessible music, they would be more successful. But their music's also really good, so no complaints there. Lil Mosey, C tier, super inconsistent but has some hits. Lil Nas X, B tier. His last album that was actually pretty solid, I think. MC Ride, don't listen to enough of. Megan Thee Stallion, don't listen to enough of. I don't even know who that is. Open Mike Eagle, Rico Nasty, C tier. Just too inconsistent for. Actually, no, she's better than these. She's B tier, but low B tier. It's too inconsistent. Roddy Ricch, B tier. Please excuse me for being antisocial, is so good, but he hasn't really made anything that lived up to that hype. TR Wack, I don't listen to enough of. Wyco Cyrus, I don't listen to enough of. Young Lean, B tier, mainly because of influence, but also the music is really good. Zillakami, B or C. I'll put him B tier, but he's very inconsistent. And MF Doom, I'm gonna put an A tier, but I know some people would put him in S. So that's a list. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You should tell me what was the worst and best ranking I did, and where would you have some of these people in the unsure, or I don't know, like the people that I don't know where I would rank them. Where would you rank them? So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.